Hey guys, welcome back. I got another request for a deck profile. So here is the Trafalgar Law for red and green. His effect is he's an OP1 leader. Activate main. Once per turn, you can rest 2 Dawn. And you bounce one of your characters to your hand and you play a 5 cost or less with the opposite color from that card. So if you bounce a red, you have to play a green. If you bounce a green, you have to play a red. Um, but it's a 4 life, 5k leader. This is a little build that I've been kind of working on throughout, I would say, like OP10, I think. But if you want just the deck list, it'll be at the beginning of the video for like 2 seconds, I think. But if you've made it here, you're at the card by card. The card by card is going to be our first is going to be Nami. It's a 1 cost OPL1 Nami, the searcher top 5 for a Straw Hat, other than herself. I play for this one because I just like consistency. Most of the deck is going to be, most of your top end is going to be Straw Hat, and if it's not Straw Hat, it's Supernova. But there's a better searcher than Bonnie now, and we'll get to that one later for those of you who do not know. But yeah, and then we're running 4 of the EBO1 Namis. Again, same searcher as this one, just green. You need the split ratios just for his effect. Look at the top 5 for a Straw Hat other than Nami. And I want to say our last searchers are going to be 4 Perona. This is the better searcher outside of Bonnie, only because this searches majority of your deck. Most of your stuff is Slash. Like, I think other than these, your Luffy's and some of your 2Ks, I think 4 2Ks, are all Slash. So the deck is like hyper searchable. Then we're on 4 Zoros. Zoro is a really good aggressor in the early game. For 1 Dawn, he can swing 5k if you have 3 or more characters. And in one of the games, I think I did that. I think against Caesar, I just loaded up with 3 on board and I went 5, 5, 5. He killed 1, killed maybe 2, and then I could still go 5 again, right? Potentially swinging 4 5s in a turn is really good. Again, green, green, green. I want to say most of the deck is green, so you want to try to find your red stuff quick. Next up is 4 of the 2k counter Brook. On play, give 2 rested Dawn to your leader or characters. But what's notable about him is his stat line. He's a 2-3. From the deck profile with Monkey to Luffy, 2 Dawn to make a 5k is pretty good, especially in like a rogue environment. And then he's a Slash, meaning he's searchable Perona Namis. Really good. I want to try to find another Straw Hat 2k counter, but I don't know if there is one yet. Next up is a split. 2 Sanjis, 2 Choppers, both 2ks, both Straw Hat searchers, so they're not searchable off of her, but they are searchable off of your Nami. And the reason I run a 2-2 is because it's a red and green split. You want to run the, just in case they're trying to starve you out, this can help keep your hand somewhat large, just because you're not playing the 3 cost Sanji anymore. I was playing it for a while, but it was just a little too slow. The deck wants to be really aggressive, really fast, and unfortunately the having to wait a turn to attack wasn't too good. We're on 4 Zoros, one of the best cards in the deck. You will loop this card if possible. OP1 Zoro, 3 cost Rush. Yeah, that's really it. The This effect I probably never used. I should probably explain what this does now that I'm thinking about it. It goes activate main, take the top card of your life, give him 2 Rested Dawn, and plus 2k power to the end of this turn. So he goes from 3 to 7k, which is really good for aggression. Next up, obviously, if it's a Supernova leader, you need to run 4 Cavendish. He's getting reprinted soon, so he should be a bit cheaper than what he is right now. But it's kind of standard in Supernova. And Cavendish's effect to restand 2 Dawn works really, really well with your leader effect, because you need 2 Dawn 2 tap. Next up, this is a difference I made in the screenshot versus the real build. I run 3 of these right now. The screenshot, I run 4. I would probably go up to 4 of this. It's a really good card, and it helps you really like set up your aggro. You swing with Cavendish, restand 2, later effect, or rest 5 Dawn again for Trafalgar Law to restand the Cavendish. Cavendish is not a once per turn. It is just a when attacking. So if you can swing with him again, his effect will trigger once again, effectively giving you 4 Dawn for 5 or 2. Just a really good card. Has been good since the start. Then you run 4 Trafalgar Laws, or blocker laws. On play, you bounce one of your characters and you play a 3 cost or less from your hand. Like I said, you're going to be looping Zoro. You always want to loop your Zoro just because of how strong it is. These 2 are kind of the heart and soul of the deck, and notably they are both slash. They're searchable via Nami. Your Supernovas are only searchable via Perona, but the Zoro is tri-searched between the 3 Namis, or the 2 Namis and the Perona. Then we got 2 Rush Luffy, just in case. Yeah, honestly, I really like this card just as an extra bonus. And as you guys are seeing, it's mostly a green deck. And probably we're gonna take these out for 2 more of the Sanjis just to help even out the red ratios, because I never want to bounce this guy back to my hand. It's a no counter, but he's a 5/6 rush. When attacking, give a Rested Dawn to something. Really good with keeping up the aggro, honestly. He's a 5 cost, so if you bounce a green, you can play him from your hand. He's searchable off of the Namis. Just really, really strong. And then for our top end, we're running 4 Mihawks. Again, this is different from the screenshot. I run 3 Mihawks, 4 Laws. Here I'm running 3 Laws, 4 Mihawks. I probably agree with this ratio more, only because this is more no counter. And I want to try to even out on that, just because you're running a little bit too much, being the 4, the 8, the 10, the 14, plus any of your events that I'm about to get into. But it's just a really good blocker. You can go on 9 Dawn, you can go Mihawk into Cavendish into untap another 2. So if you need like 2 bodies, Mihawk, it really does excel at just giving you the Dawn, especially with how many low costs you're playing, right? You're always wanting to loop the low costs so that you can search with them, you can play them, and then you can search your top end. Then we are on to 3 of the new Demon Deadman's game. We're on 3 of it because it's a searchable event via everything, and it's really good for going for game against like purple decks or blue decks where you can rest their Dawn. And by blue decks I mean specifically Kuzan. But blue decks, really, you're typically hitting their blocker. But it's really good, and it's a plus 3k counter on leader if you're ever needing like the extra defense. And then for the final 2 cards, we're on to Mole Pistol. Just a really good red Straw Hat card. If you have a 6K body, which you typically should with 1, 2, 3, or you can boost with a Dawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6. Like, targets for having a 6K body, it's going to be really easy to clear like a 7K. Or if they have a Captain Kit on board, you minus 5K power from it, and you're able to just swing hard into it. Even in the Bonnie matchup, Bonnie has a somewhat hard time just because you're swarming the board so fast. And yes, you can kill your little dudes and rest your blockers, but eventually it's going to become too much with the aggro. But yeah, so that's the build as of right now. I'm probably going to tweak it a little bit. But I'm liking the way it plays. Other than like this and this needing to be this, it's pretty good. I went X1 during Rogue Night, losing only to the winner, and it being Kuzan. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, let me know what you guys think. If you want to see any more deck profiles, just really let me know. I'm still trying to get into the groove of recording, so I'm sorry if this was like a little awkward, a little all over the place. But yeah, and I'm sorry that it took so long to get this actually out to you guys. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.